Hello everyone, this is Lorraine from Card Creations, and today I'm going to focus on some information on some milk glass, and this one is going to focus on the Anchor Hocking milk glass that I collect. A lot of you I've seen that have the tall vases, so I'll go ahead and get started with that. But a little bit of history about Anchor Hocking. They were founded in 1905, and then in 1937 it merged with another company, and the first glassware that they produced as the Anchor Hocking Glass Company was let's see, sorry, I had a text come in. I'm filming with my phone. So let's see, where was I? They produced their first piece as the Anchor Hocking Company, and that was in 1939, and it was the Royal Ruby Red, which is very, very collectible. So if you ever see a Royal Ruby Red with the Anchor Hocking symbol on it, I would snatch it up. They also made a forest green, the Fire King, and which some of these pieces are, and then just the Anchor ovenware. Let's see, the Fire King is an oven-proof piece, and it was produced in the 1940s. And if you all remember the items that our parents used to get if you're my age, but that our parents used to get items in like soap boxes, you'd get towels or dishes and things like that. Well, Fire King also did that with some of their pieces, and it was sold in flour sacks, and it was also given away at gas stations. And some of the pieces do have, which I don't know, but some of the pieces do have painted surfaces, so I recommend that if you're collecting, that you never put it in the dishwasher, because it could discolor the coloration of the piece or rub off any painting that's on the outside. So Hobnail, which is this piece here, was produced in the 1960s, and they do have two versions. I don't know if any of you have noticed or have been able to find or have noticed any of the differences between the two pieces. One is taller than the other, slightly, and this one is a scalloped rim. It's just has a scallop all around the top. This piece has a trumpet rim, which let's see, I think if I hold it like this, you can kind of see a little bit of a difference now. It is a scallop, and it does look more like a trumpet. There you go. I think you can tell the difference. But a lot of people don't notice that, so if you're collecting and see a piece, you might want to get, well, like I have several of these and several of these, because I do use them at Christmas time and put fresh flowers throughout my house. So I try to match up the vases. So we'll go ahead and set those back. Let's see. Now, some of the pieces were not marked due to if a mold broke, they would make another mold and not add the marking to the mold, but that doesn't mean that it's not an Anchor Hocking piece. But though I try to stay away from those and just collect the ones with the markings. And let me see if I can find. Now, the last time it was so difficult for me to show you the markings, and I'll show you a little bit on, and I'll show you in a little bit how the markings look. So this one is right there. You can barely see it. Let me see if I can try to focus in again on that little piece. Anyway, sorry for my focusing doesn't work that well on my phone, but I'll show you the different markings in just a few minutes. So those are those two pieces. The next two pieces is, well, here's this one, and this several people have collected this little piece here, and this one, let's see, I might be able to see this one. There we go. It's upside down. Let's see. Okay, it's not going to focus, but on the there's the dogs again. So sorry. Okay, during the 1940s, the word Fire King is printed or in block lettering. So that's how you can tell a 1940s piece. It'll have just block lettering, Fire King. In the 1960s and 70s, the lettering for the Fire King is in script, and that was in the 1960s and 70s. And in the 50s, 1951 all through the 50s, they added made in the USA. So that's 3 ways of telling what age your piece is. So this one does have script lettering on it and made in the USA. So this piece here was made in the 1950s. Now they also have a pattern that is the grape and leaf pattern. Now if you look really closely, if I can focus, this one has a texture to it. So this is one piece that was made in 1950 through 1960, and it has the background texture on it. Now this one, I'm not sure what year this was made, but this one was not made during that period, the 50s and 60s, even though it is the leaf and grape pattern, because it does not have the background texture on it. Although this one does have the anchor hocking symbol on it, so if I look back at my notes, this was somewhere in 1937 to 1968. That's right. So let's see, that one looks like it's kind of visible. Okay, so I'm going to do one more by Anchor Hocking. There's others that I have, but right now I'm just kind of focusing on their designs and how to identify your piece, and a few of the different styles or patterns that they have. So this one here is the Bubble Bowl, and just like it says, it has little bubbles on it. And I know several of you have had this also on your videos. This one is marked, and let's see. I hate to keep focusing on the marks because it's so difficult to see, but there it is. And this one is an earlier piece because it has the anchor with a frame around it, and that one was made in somewhere between 1968 until recent. So that's the marking that they used for that time period. And so you get to see my artwork. So here we go with the symbol signs. So the one symbol here, it's the HG over the CO company. That was pieces were made in 1905 to 1937. This one here with the anchor and the H, those pieces were made in 1937 through 1968. And then this one here, like I showed you, the Bubble Bowl, 1968 until recent. So you really can't pinpoint, well, I can't, as to exactly what year that piece was made, but at least it gives you some time period for the markings. So this is just my research on what I've done with my milk glass and the Anchor Hocking brand. If you have any information that I missed or misquoted, I'd love to hear from you. And that way, like I said before, we can educate each other. Now, in my first video, I showed you the Westmoreland and the what was it? The Westmoreland and the what was it? Let's see. Fenton. And I had mentioned that I have a couple pieces of the colored Fenton. So here's one, and it's green, like a real light opalescent green. And the only reason why I have a couple colored pieces is because I found them at a steal. So this is one of the colored pieces that I have. It's a really light colored opal green. Kind of hard to see in the video, but there you can see some of the coloring. And that's what that one looks like. And down here it has some little flowers, and I believe those are, I'm not sure what type of flowers those are. So let me give you a better look at that. And there we go. I hope I've given you some insight as to your milk glass collection, and I hope I'll be able to do another video with some other pieces from Anchor Hocking. Thanks for watching.